6.9 million in real estate investments that are building the passive income for all of our investors. And that's what we have right now. Back in 2017, I was lost $100,000 and was completely broke. And all of that not because of the fraud or scam. I was totally shocked of my emotions, my own decisions. And today I will share with you how not to become a victim of your emotions. But first, let's hear my story. Before that happens, that I lost almost all of my money, in 2016 I made a lot of money, right? And how I achieved that? I sold my car, I invested everything in crypto mining because back then it was really good potential of returns. And after that, I have been lost almost all of my money on the one single emotional trade. I did not close position in time because I was too confident, and that was one of the most expensive lessons in my life. That's when I understand that investments should be the cold calculations, no emotional at all. Because when you become an emotional, you can be affected with FOMO effect, feeling of the missing opportunity, and that's bringing you to the point when you making the wrong decisions. But when you are calculating everything and when you are rationally and logically coming to the investments, you will be able to understand there is no emotions needed, no panic, no anything, just really calculational approach to what you are doing. And the most importantly here, that you need to have the possibility to exit from your investments when you need it and not when the market allows you to. And that actually happens on every market, not only crypto or stocks, also in the real estate. Imagine you invested $50,000 in the apartments to generate the passive income, and when the market drops, you accidentally need a lot of money, but your realtor and agent saying to you that it's impossible to sell that property right now. And that's the big problem when investments are made, and that's where the new technologies and new approaches to investments are coming. That's where another scenarios is unlocked, because that opportunities can bring you up the possibility to sell your shares fully or partially during 48 hours and get your liquidity from the real estate that was illiquid for the last hundred of years. And that investment opportunities right now we bring into you and to everyone else who are watching that video. Because we understand that every investor needs to make money and every investor sometimes needs to have the liquid money. But also, investors would like to be protected, and to stay protected, investors need to invest in the less liquid assets as a real estate. But the real estate right now itself is the really illiquid assets, because it's really too hard to sell to somebody the real estate if there is no any open market for it. And that's where we bring in the solution of our secondary market to our investors, and investors can easily sell all of their shares or the part of their property to the other investors. And that's the really unique opportunity for everyone to have the two possibilities together: invest in the really sustainable assets as the real estate and also make them liquid. And that's where the tokenization technology and what we are at Binaryx.com building coming up. And that's what helping to you not only save money but also build the proper investment strategy, because with that strategy you can diversify your portfolio, you can have the different classes of the assets, and that's really unique opportunity that you need to take. And that liquidity problem is really big thing, because other platforms stay silent about that. And you need to understand that you can solve right now that problem with the opportunity that we prepared for you. But first, let's have an honest conversation why the traditional real estate market is really big problem for your capital and for your investments. An average deal to sell the villa or apartments or house, wherever you stay or live, Indonesia, Montenegro, United States, Canada, UK, anyway, it takes really long time, from 6 up to 12 or even more months. And honestly, in the most of the cases, you cannot find the price that you will be satisfied with, because the market is really strict, market is really demanded, because everyone on the market also want to make money. as you, and you need to understand that. And right now we can calculate how much expenses you will get if you would like to buy and sell the property into the future. Because every person who will come to you, they will start negotiating with you. Then you need to pay commission to the agent. After that, you need to pay taxes and, of course, notary and legal services fees. And all of that combined can cut your profit from 10 up to 25%, because every person wants to have the better deal on the market, and you need to understand that. And of course, we have solution and exit for you. And I don't calculate here inflation, because this is also one of the points that not allow you to make proper amount of the money. And as you understand, it's really hard to get that money urgently. But also, if you, for example, need not full amount of those property price, but for example, from $20,000 up to $50,000, there is no possibility at all to sell the share of the property and get that money fast. So the big problem here that you cannot allow yourself right now to invest into something that illiquid. And the most worst part of it, if you need $20,000, for example, you cannot sell the portion of the property that you own. And of course, we already explained to you that you can lose up to 25%. And what is the reason right now to lose that money if you can just save it by start investing smartly and properly with the new technological solutions that right now exist in the world. And in the old way, there is no middle ground. You can sell everything or nothing. And right now, if you compare it with the stocks, for example, Tesla dropped down for 10%, and you sell the stocks in 30 seconds really easily, and money already on your account. Apple or Nvidia went up, sold a portion, and money again on your account. So there is the question why the real estate cannot work at the same way. Now it can. At Binaryx, we created the real estate market that works like an exchange. Let me show right now with a real example. Every property on the platform is divided into the shares, and you can easily start investing from $500 by buying the 10 shares at least, and easily you can increase your capital and diversify that among the different properties, because that unlock for you the big potential of returns. Because if you're investing in the one asset, you will be stuck in that asset, right? And you cannot get really good opportunities. But if you choosing the different assets and investing into them, and you diversify your portfolio, and you have a bigger chance to get the bigger potential yields and returns from your investments. And later, if you want to sell your shares, that's working really easy. You go on the P2P market, looking for the property you would like to sell, place the offer for other investors, they see your offer, and if price fits for them, they are buying it, and funds automatically arrive to your account. And that's all. That's how the solution works. And you don't need to struggle anymore with the long-term investment opportunities. You can right now start investing in the real estate. The real estate investments become liquid, and you can diversify your portfolio. Even if you have $10,000, you can split the $10,000 across the 10 different properties, and that's unlock really great opportunities and possibilities for everyone. And right now, the most important and the really great part, commissions. Because most of the investors is asking about commissions and what they need to pay to sell their shares in the end. And that's really interesting part, because on our platform you're paying from 1 up to 5% commissions. And if to compare it with the offline sales, you need to pay for the notary fees, for the sales fees, for urgently, and all of that commissions is totally different. And our platform is covering almost all of them, because you don't need to pay those notaries fees, because the shares that you're transferring to other person, they're digital, and those digital shares right now enable to other investors to become an ownership with the click of the fingers and without any paperwork and any headache. Of course, you also don't need to pay for the agent and agencies, because everything you're selling directly to other people, and that's the most amazing part. So you're not just investing in the real estate and generating passive income, you're also saving your money, because you're using the technologies that are bringing to you the best opportunities and possibilities to have the most sustainable asset in the world. And that asset can generate you the passive income up to 12% per year, and of course the technologies unlock the possibility to make that asset liquid and sell it at any time. But of course I will be transparent with you, because the secondary market on our platform is also demand and supply, and of course if you're put the really high price and your expectations or other investors' expectations is not matched with your expectations, you will sell your shares for a little bit longer time. But anyway, you can anytime decrease the price and other investors can buy those shares from you really easily. Honestly, we cannot promise you that you will sell your shares in 1 minute, but what we can promise to you with using our solution and platform, that you will see everything transparently, and that's what we can rely on. So there is right now your choice what path to get and how to start and continue your investment journey. You can continue investing in the common traditional way, or you can find a technological solution that can open up a lot of new opportunities for your investment portfolio and for your future.
We don't promise guaranteed returns. We promise transparency, control, and the ability to exit when you need to. That's the power of the secondary market. This is the first video in a series about mastering real estate liquidity. Next week, we'll dive into the 3 smart strategies experienced investors use on this market to maximize their gains. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you then.